Here we are on the classwork for 4.2. Goal of today is to do numbers 1 through 6. So number 1, I know it's long, but they're all like the same setup. Where it says represent each situation using an equation, then solve. That's where you're going to do the like the proportion, the standard algorithm. So set up your blank proportion first. All right, what number is 40% of 90? So remember, 40% would go on the right because it's 40 over 100. And then of 90. So the 90 is the whole, that's going to go on the bottom, and then x would go on the top. And then you cross multiply, so you'd get 100x equals 3600. Divide by 100. So you would get x equals 36. And you're going to do this exact same setup for all of them. So all of these on the first page should look just like that. Number 2, 40% of the students on a field trip love the museum. If there are 20 students on the field trip, how many love the museum? So there's 20 students in total on the field trip. 40% of them like the museum. So again, you're going to do, your proportion. We always know 100 goes there. And then on the next page, just more of the same types of questions. I'm trying to think. Something that's tricky sometimes is number 3 here. Maya spent 40% of her savings to pay for a bicycle that cost her $85. How much money was in her savings to begin with? So what that means to begin with, well, we know this is 100%, would go up here. That 440. There we go. So to begin with, that's the whole. That's what you're looking for there. Okay, sometimes people get stuck on that, and then you're going to have to use that to answer part B. And then, looking at the rest of them, maybe sometimes number 6 gets a little tricky for people, because some of you get scared because they're talking about basketball and you don't know what that means. That's okay. It says Matthew's total points scored in basketball this season were 168 points. He scored 147 of those points in the regular season, and the rest were scored in his only playoff game. What percent of his total points did he score in the playoff game? So what percent? We're looking for the percent here, so that means that when we set up our proportion, it's going to be x over 100. Okay, so those are just some tips and tricks. That's all I'll do for now, though. If you need more help other than that, you can always come to office hours or send me an email.